You're ready for this? Yo, who's the daddy? Easy guys, Dom here from Cringy Dad Gaming. So I wanted to share a game with you guys you may or may not know about. It's called Showdown. It's currently in early access on PC and will later be releasing on Xbox One as well. Now this is a survival first-person horror game created on CryEngine 5 by Crytek, and this is a PvP game with real heavy PvE elements. It's set in the Western era, or Western times, so to speak, and it's got a real paranormal horror kind of vibe to it. It just really does give me kind of like a Bloodborne stroke Texas Chainsaw Massacre type of vibe. It's really pretty cool, and I've been playing it only for probably a couple of days, so I'm still relatively new at it myself. But I just really love the tension that builds in the game. In this particular game here, we're searching for a bounty, which could be the butcher or a spider, which we've got to take out. These are clues that we've got to try and find, which narrow the search area of the map. Now, we're not the only people in this game searching for these clues or these particular bounties. There's also other online hunters. These online hunters are not only after these creatures themselves, they also want to take us out. The thing about this that really builds even more tension to this game is the fact that it's permadeath, which means if my character dies, all my leveling up, all my skills that I've unlocked will be lost completely. So there really is a lot at stake in this game. Now, if you decide actually, nah, I'm going to just get a little bit of XP and I'm getting a little bit scared, you can extract by finding your way to a riverboat or a stagecoach. There are certain points within the map where you can extract. But if you really have got some cojones on you, you can go off and take out potentially both targets, take out all the hunters in the game and just win it all. That would give you massive amounts of XP and cash in which you can use to not only level up your character and your skills, but also to purchase new weapons and items, and also unlock new weapons and new items. As you can see by the gun I'm holding, it's not really a conventional Western type handgun, and that's another thing that I really love about this game. Is the fact that some of the equipment and weapons, they really are intricate and quite clever in their design. They've tried to think of how you could modify something like, you know, a weapon back in the Western era, and some of the designs are actually pretty cool. As much as they may not be as modern as today's weaponry, they really are pretty cool. That again really gave me, a sense of, I suppose, interest and intrigue in the way the designers and developers had created the game. If you're wondering why I'm not shooting that guy, it's because if I shoot him, he's going to explode into a ball of fire, which is going to cause burning damage to me and reduce my health bar at the bottom of the screen. So trying to avoid them unless you're at long range. So now, as you can see, we've found all three clues to find out where the spider is. So we're going to make our way over to the spider. And notice here there's these crows on the fence. They make a lot of noise. There's lots of things in this game that will give away your position. Now, you don't show up on the map. You don't show up on anyone's dark sight, which is that sight thing I'm using where the screen goes black and you can see the little blue pixels on the screen. That's showing me which direction either clues are or the actual objective that I've now found. But it's audio cues. So in this game, it's really important that you're going to use a decent pair of headphones, potentially ones that have virtual surround sound. Things like dogs barking, birds flying away, broken glass being walked on, all things that are going to give away your position to other players. And this really is a game where, there, straight away, if there was someone in this barn, me walking on that glass there, trying to jump over it, doing a bad job, or making those crows fly away, means they know now that someone is outside this barn and they could be potentially waiting for us. Now, you can set traps for people as well, which I'm going to show you a little bit later on in this particular game that we were playing here. Now, all the time that we're going through this area, the reason why I'm not using my weapons is, one, not only do you get very limited ammo, but two, because of the noise it makes. If you're going to run around in this game just blasting every enemy you come across, every hunter in this map is going to know where you are. And if you are playing solo, which potentially you can, then you do run the risk of getting taken down by a duo. So you can play two-player co-op in this. Now, I'm currently trying to avoid the water because there's these water devils, these weird tentacle type things that get you from the water, not very nice, cause you to bleed. So try and avoid some of these nasty areas. I'm just waiting for my co-op partner here. He's just some random online. Luckily enough, he seems to kind of know what he's doing. Some people in this game are still picking up a little bit like me and still finding their feet. So if you're playing random, you're not going to guarantee to get a player who's got experience. So the reason why I decided to crack out the revolver here is because this particular enemy here has to be taken out from distance. She's got like a hive inside her body of these poisonous bees, I think they are, or wasps, and they do some nasty poison damage on you. So in order to dispatch her, you've got to shoot the head that she's got hanging off the side of her. This is the spider's lair anyway, so we were going to start blasting our way at this stage, but we're just waiting for my co-op partner to get an idea where the spider is. Okay, so that goes like the 5 monsters after him. So there's the spider there. So the top left-hand corner of the screen, you can see that there's a little kind of like, I was going to say triangle, like a diamond-shaped symbol. He got me in the end anyway. That shows how much health the monster's got that we're trying to take out at this point. I tend to find that the spider's actually one of the easier ones to take out with conventional weapons, but each different bounty that you have to try and hunt have different strengths and weaknesses, so to speak. Some of them are immune to things like the butcher, which is the other monster in this particular map. He's immune to fire, so it doesn't matter if you use like fire Molotov bottles or lamps, it will do pretty much any damage to him. So at this stage, it's not all hunky-dory. It's not just kind of walk around and shoot the monster until it's dead. We've still got to take into consideration that there are other hunters in the map trying to find this location, trying to find this monster, and also wanting to take us out so they can loot us and obviously kill our character, who's never going to come back alive again. Notice there, you heard gunshots outside. That is other hunters now nearby, killing other monsters outside to get to us. So the tension in this game is just immense. It's tension like I've not experienced in a game before. This is something different for me. So this here is a noisemaker trap. So these noisemaker traps will alert you to anyone who trips them, as long as they don't see them and avoid them. They set off these little firecrackers. Shotguns at close range in this game are pretty powerful, but you do find that some of the weapons in this game are very slow to reload, which means if you are not very accurate with your aim and you shoot someone and you miss them, the chances are you are going to die. It's quite punishing in terms of the gunplay. I'm just lucky that this gun here is really fast from the hip. So we've killed the spider now, and we just got to go through the process of super slow reloading. Now, again, a lot of weapons will reload really slow. It is more realistic. See there, notice there's a guy down below there. I just saw him and heard him walking through. My partner's gone off to see who it is, and currently he's nowhere near the guy. And someone just tripped that trap. It was actually my co-op partner, but it did frighten me for a minute, because if that had been an enemy, he would have got me, because I had the concertina wire in my hand, which is like a barbed wire type trap, which will block off that entrance. Now, anyone trying to go through there now is going to bleed, and it means that they would slowly die and, you know, potentially give me the opportunity to kill it. Now, I just banished this spider, although it did cause me some damage. That means it's going to hell once the percentage rises to 100. Luckily enough, I got the guy there with my second shot, otherwise I would have been in trouble. If I was using a single shotgun, which most of them are at the beginning of the game, and I missed him with that first shot, I probably would have been dead there. Although you can switch quickly over to your secondary, which is what I'd normally do. But going back to banishing the spider, there's 2 tokens on each of these enemies. You can only pick up 1 from your bounty, and those will give you bonus points when you extract from the map. Very dangerous position we're in now, because once we start banishing, the actual position of where we are now is shown on the map to every other hunter. So we've got another guy in here now. He's just threw that wire through here to try and get me. Just kind of trapped me in here a little bit now. I don't want to give away my position though, so I don't want to start trying to cut this wire with my knife, purely for the fact that he's going to hear me. So my co-op partner there, luckily enough, got him. I give him a good job in the old chat. The thing is, he's using a mic, and that's really a no-no, because the mics in this game are heard by everyone within a particular area. So, you know, that's why really you want to try and steer clear of using your mics if you're playing this game. Try and use the chat if you can in the game. So at this point, it's just a waiting game, just waiting for the spider to be banished so we can pick up our token, and also really just trying to hunker down and just protect the place from other hunters. I really have no idea what got me there. There was an invisible piece of wire left somewhere, I think. Now, I just heard a dog barking in the distance there outside. That means that there is someone outside or around the outside. We're going to get that other set of wire down there. And we did unfortunately set off my trap. Noisemaker trap. But it is what it is. So on the map we're looking at now, we're not actually too far away from an extraction point, luckily enough, which is good. It means hopefully we'll be able to banish the spider and then extract real quick. If we're really ballsy, we could go after the butcher, which is the second bounty. You tend to find sometimes there might be a second team of people going after that. If I lose my bounty now and my character dies, is it worth the risk? And that's something when you play this game you've got to take into consideration. So this guy's nearly banished. We're going to try and get rid of this wire. Unfortunately, some of it did get us. Somehow, just as it had been banished, someone was waiting outside the door and threw a fire bomb or something through the door, or maybe it could have been dynamite. It's literally killed our co-op partner, and at this stage, we've got the use of the sense that you can use in this, which is called Darksight. Now, Darksight gives you, as you see, a timer down the bottom. You can only use it for 10 seconds in total. Gives us a rough idea of which direction the enemy is in. He, at this point now, is camping my co-op partner. He is waiting for me to try and revive him, as you can see. See the skull on my co-op partner? That shows how many health bars he's got left if he's revived. So I missed him with the first shot from the shotgun. He's reloading now. He's got quite a powerful rifle, I think he's using at this point. I'm nearly dead. Hits me one more shot, I'm dead, but luckily enough I got him. Look how close that was. Really was close. So what this means now is when I revive my co-op partner, he's only going to have 3 small health bars left. And every time you go down and get revived, you will lose one of those until you're dead. He needs to get his token so he can get out of here. I've picked mine up. He needs to come and get his. So now all we've got to do, and it sounds easier than you think, is get out of this particular area. So, you know, we've got to now try and get to the extraction point. Potentially at this stage, there could be other hunters. Hunters could wait for you near the extraction and try and catch you on your way to it to steal your token and then bug out. Or they could literally just be outside when we leave.
One is here.
He's already used his sight and he just said no when he's here. I'm just going to double check just in case he, didn't check properly. So at this stage, there's no orange glows within our vicinity, but that dark sight only works within a certain distance when you're using this kind of bonus sight. And you've got to be really careful. But there you go, guys. At this stage now, all we've got to do is we've just got to extract, get to the stagecoach or riverboat, whichever one it is, and that's it, job done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you watch the last little bit of gameplay while we extract, and I would highly recommend checking out Hunt Showdown. It is available in early access on Steam. I think you pick it up now for about 25 quid. It is most definitely worth it. It's one of the best kind of multiplayer stroke PvE mixes that I've played in a very long time. It's not what I would call Battle Royale as such, because I think from what I gathered, there's only about 10 players in the map at any one time, groups of twos, although some people can play solo. So it's not overly populated, but the balance of the game feels really good. It's definitely had a lot of work put into it. And looking at the roadmap, they've also got a lot of new stuff coming soon. So if you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and just watch this space for more gaming. Thanks for watching.
You're ready for this? Yo, who's the daddy?